Hi, my name is Lyric, and today we're going to be reacting to a video by Wilson Tsai, I'm reacting to for two reasons. One, because he's a great YouTuber, a very underrated YouTuber about the NBA. He talks about a lot of interesting topics, very specific topics that a lot of people don't talk about. And secondly, because I've spoken to him before, actually, which is insane because he has like 60,000 subscribers and I have 500 as of the making of this video. And we spoke to each other on Reddit after he saw my Reddit post of making the Michael Jordan playlist that unfortunately got copyrighted. We spoke for each other for like a few sentences, and then he ghosted me, unfortunately. But it's alright, because he's a great YouTuber, and we're going to be looking to one of the videos today called Ranking Every First Overall Pick over the last 10 years and where they rank now in their draft class. I think this is a really interesting topic. I think I can add quite a bit to this knowing about each player in the draft class. Because there's some guys like, say, Anthony Davis, who are, I think, clearly the best player in the draft class. You could argue Damian Lillard, but I think Anthony Davis, of course, winning the championship and everything and being more of a two-way player, I think he's definitely the best player in that class. And then there's guys like Anthony Bennett the very next year, who he may very well be the worst player in the entire draft class, which is actually insane to think about. He went first overall, and he may not even be the best player. He may be the worst player in that draft class. So let's see. We got Paolo Banchero on the screen. We'll see. Comment below if you think Paolo Banchero will actually be the best player in his draft class. I have a feeling Dallas Mavericks, Jaden Hardy, I feel like he's going to be really underrated, and he's actually going to be a really good player. Maybe not the best in the draft class worthy, but he's going to be really good. I feel like he was really slept on going in the second round. And I don't know. I feel like Chet Holmgren, a lot of people make fun of him. I feel like he actually will be good. I'm rooting for Chet Holmgren because pretty much everyone's calling him a bust, which is insane. So, yeah, let's go on. Let's go. And if you like the video, by the way, make sure to act like you are Luka Doncic, and the like button is Cameron Johnson in Game 7. So, let's go.
Paolo Banchero of the Orlando Magic, big footsteps to follow, every former Magic #1 pick, very spectacular. However, going first overall doesn't necessarily guarantee the player will turn out great. Plenty of work and years will give us more of an indication, especially in the one and done era. Every #1 pick since Blake Griffin has been a college one and done.
The Suns could have had Luka Doncic.
Doesn't always make the best pick for the team. How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. Let's take a look at every #1 pick over the last 10 years and how their careers went and where they rank amongst all the players in their draft class. Starting with 2012, Anthony Davis, the Kentucky one and done.
I would say he's the best player in the draft class. You could argue Damian Lillard, but I definitely go Anthony Davis because Lillard is a better scorer than him, but Anthony Davis is much better of a two-way player. Also, he was the second best player on a championship team, and he wasn't that far back of a second. I say in 2020, the top 3 best players in the world were LeBron, Giannis, and then Anthony Davis, which is pretty insane. I know the last 2 years, I've kind of hated him a lot because, one, he's been injured a lot, which is the reason a lot of people make fun of him, but also that the last 2 years, even when he has played, he's played like trash, which is the reason a lot of people make fun of him and stuff. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George have actually played less games over the last 2 years than Anthony Davis has, but when they've played really good. Kawhi and Paul George. When Anthony Davis, he played trash the last 2 years, which is why he gets a lot of hate. And I feel like Anthony Davis is not going to really get his 2020 or Pelican prime anymore, which kind of sucks. He was great on the Pelicans too, by the way, which is great. But I still feel like he is the best player in this draft class so far. Which is actually insane that there's 2 players in the top 75 in this draft class for it being only a draft class from 10 years ago, which is actually kind of insane.
The best ever one-season college hoopers this century. A near-shore lock is consensus. There
24 and 10,
with
2 blocks.
absolutely no debate. After leading Kentucky to the national title, a defensive force, shades of Kevin Garnett and Marcus Camby, a natural athlete with length, guard skills, physical shot blocking, can't miss prospect despite his injury.
Other All-Stars in the 2012 draft, you got Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal, Chris Middleton, Draymond Green, and Andre Drummond. Of those guys, I would rank them. I'd definitely put Damian Lillard #1. I'd probably put Draymond Green #2 in terms of like career and stuff. Then Bradley Beal #3, Chris Middleton #4, and Andre Drummond #5. And then Anthony Davis obviously above all those guys.
Injuries and lack of production since the bubble title. 10 seasons, averaged nearly 24 a game, 10 boards, over 2 blocks, easily the most accomplished star in his class, one of 6 All-Stars. The other, Dame Lillard, the second best player in that draft. Bradley Beal,
So we see a stats here. Anthony Davis, 8-time All-Star, 3-time block champ, 2020 champion, 4-time All-NBA, 2013 All-Rookie, 4-time All-Defensive, 2017 All-Star MVP and NBA 75 team. Damian Lillard, 6-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA, 2013 All-Rookie, 2013 Rookie of the Year, and NBA 75 anniversary team. Yeah, it's very clear that Anthony Davis because of his two-way play and his work winning a championship, is I feel definitely above Damian Lillard all the time.
Chris Middleton, Draymond Green, and Andre Drummond. 8 All-Star appearances in 10 seasons, 4 first teams, a ring as a number 2 option, 3 full years younger than Dame Lillard, both named to the top 75. Unless Lillard can carry his Blazers to a title, very unlikely for Dame to ever surpass AD. Despite Davis being injury prone, Lillard's played over 100 more regular season games than Davis. 2013, Anthony Bennett.
I actually think Damian Lillard's gonna have a really good season next year with the Blazers. I feel like the Blazers have actually made a lot of good offseason moves, with like getting Jeremy Grant, Shaedon Sharpe, Gary Payton, too, the second. I feel like they've made actually quite a bit of good moves, and of course they have Anthony Simons too. I feel like they could be like a playoff team next year, and Damian Lillard he's gonna have a really good year. I don't think they're winning a championship though, which sucks for him. I feel like they should have gotten into rebuild mode, but whatever. 2013 Anthony Bennett. Is Anthony Bennett the worst player in that draft class though? The very worst? Let's see.
The definition of a draft boss, the worst number 1 pick all time, horrendous numbers of 4.4 points, 3 rebounds, 39% shooting,
Dear God,
pulled
man.
out the gym.
Wasn't he like a power forward? how do you shoot 39%, bro?
Never truly developed.
39%?
Draft class. Bennett
Wouldn't even been drafted. Wow. Best players in 2013 class. Giannis, Gobert, Oladipo, and McCollum. Yeah, Giannis definitely the best player in this draft class. Gobert, second, 3-time defensive player of the year. I actually think, how good do you guys think the Timberwolves would be next year? I think the Timberwolves actually have a good chance of being really good next year. At least in the regular season. I don't know about the playoffs because Cat and Gobert are both been not good in the playoffs so far in their careers, but maybe they can turn it around. I don't know, but I think in the regular season though they're really good, and they can actually be a really top seed. Okay, so, and then I'll probably rank McCollum above Oladipo, because Oladipo's had a lot of injuries, and McCollum's still consistently good with the Blazers and now on the Pelicans, and yeah, and then Oladipo 4th.
It wouldn't even have been drafted if there was a redo, not even in the second round. Easily wouldn't go round 1. The worst box plus minus of any player in the class to play over 100 games besides Giannis, Gobert, Oladipo, CJ McCollum, the only players who's been considered stars. Everybody else just role players and below. 2014 Andrew Wiggins.
2014 Andrew Wiggins seemed like a really bad pick. He obviously didn't live to his potential. People thought he was going to be like the next LeBron James and stuff, but I feel like he actually might be, top 5 in the draft class, because I do feel like he was the second best player on this year's Warriors. Like the second best player. I feel like, yeah, he was the second best player on a championship team, which actually really helps him. To be fair, he was a far second, unlike Anthony Davis, who was a pretty close second. But I feel like Andrew Wiggins, he could be top 5 in the draft class. I'll have to see. We'll have to see the players. And I think Jokic is definitely number 1 in this draft class, though, followed shortly by Embiid.
Nobody
Zach LaVine in this draft class too.
Dominated their image more than Wiggins in 2022. The second best player on his team in the finals, a two-way specialist, potential unleashed, plays some of his best basketball, super meaningful,
one-time All-Star starter, man.
1, doesn't look bad after all. Wiggins' career numbers nearly averaging 20 a game first 8 seasons, 5.5 years with the dysfunctional Wolves franchise. Even Kevin Garnett barely tasted success there. Winning with Golden State as a starting small forward, becoming a first-time All-Star, joining former teammate Zach LaVine, Joel Embiid, Julius Randle. Wiggins the 5th in this draft class to make the All-Star team. While it's clear Wiggs might not be the superstar many anticipated given the high school hype, still just 27, the beginning stages of his prime, a fair trajectory, perhaps a few defensive teams, a fair assessment, under contract till 2023,
I can see that.
making over 33 mil, well earned after the sacrifices from getting the bust label to possibly future Hall of Famer. While he's clearly behind Jokic and Embiid, clearly better than Julius Randle and Marcus Smart, better than Aaron Gordon and Jeremy Grant as well. The debate between Wiggins and LaVine intriguing. Zach the best.
Zach, okay, yeah, I do agree. Jokic number 1 and Embiid number 2. Jokic, I mean, LaVine and Wiggins. LaVine is definitely the better player, but Wiggins does have that championship. I don't think that Wiggins was a big enough part of the championship though. Like he wasn't like. I don't feel like I can rank him above Zach LaVine though. Zach LaVine averaged like 30 a game. Wiggins averaged 15 and played good defense on the championship team. I definitely, yeah, I'd rank Zach LaVine at 3, Wiggins at number 4. Then probably like either Julius Randle or Marcus Smart at number 5.
better offensive player, more lethal outside shooter and scorer. Wiggins way better on D. Given Zach's progression with the Bulls, LaVine has proven to become the best player on an average team. I take Zach slightly over Wiggins, but a very close call. Being the 3rd or 4th best player in your draft class as the number 1 pick, not too shabby. Call Anthony Towns
not too
2015
bad.
and
currently Anthony Towns 2015. He is a great player. I'd say 3rd best center in the league right now. He's not only is he had like a playoff success, when he has made the playoffs, he's not played that good at all. So I definitely put Devin Booker ranked above him. I think that's about it. I think he might rank 2nd in the draft class, just behind Devin Booker.
Underwhelming class is between him and D both for the best player.
Way better than D'Angelo Russell, Kristaps, Jahlil Okafor, and Mario Hezonja. Yeah, hell yeah.
Draft. The other 2 former All-Stars, Kristaps Porzingis and D'Angelo Russell, fell off. Not capable of being the best player on their teams. I'm taking Booker over Towns.
Dude, some days I legit forget that Porzingis is on the Wizards. just straight up forget.
Given the fact that he's proven to be great in moments down the stretch, had a couple amazing playoff games while both 3-time All-Stars. Cat 0-2 in postseason.
Yeah, Booker
series,
definitely above Towns.
19 and 12 average.
As much as I hate Booker as a Mavs fan, yeah, he's definitely above Towns.
Under 48% from the field, Booker 26 a game in playoffs, had solid numbers in the finals. The playoffs appear too big for Cat, makes a lot of dumb plays. Neither one of top 10 players yet might never reach top 10, but Booker a closer bet. Towns too many flaws. 2016, Ben Simmons, who's been one of the biggest disappointments.
Ben Simmons definitely not the best player in this draft. He was looking like it for a while, but then he had a rookie season, and then he just stayed at he legit got worse from his rookie season onwards. He was a great defender, possibly defensive player of the year candidate a lot, and a good passer, I guess, alright scorer. But yeah, his off the court stuff just makes him very clearly not the best player in the class. Also, his playoff performances. I'd put Jaylen Brown as the best player in this class. It's pretty close between Jaylen Brown and Brandon Ingram, but I say Jaylen Brown because he was playing like the best player on the Celtics in the finals, and I definitely feel the Celtics should not trade him.
Appointments given his talent and skill set, continues to lack motor, no work ethic, very entitled, could have easily been an MVP level player by now, but Ingram and Brown harder workers, both hungry to get better and never stops attacking. Simmons scared to attack and shoot, one of 6 All-Stars in his class. I'm taking Ingram, Brown,
Oh, well, I forgot who I got to rank Ben Simmons behind. Dang, taking DeJounte Murray over him? I don't know. Nah. Maybe, though. DeJounte Murray and Ben Simmons put up very similar numbers. But Ben Simmons did it on a better team, and I feel like he's better on defense. I take Ben Simmons over DeJounte Murray. I put Jaylen Brown number 1, Brandon Ingram number 2, Siakam number 3. Or would I take Siakam over Ooh. I forgot about Siakam. Honestly, I might take Siakam number 1. Nah, I'll put Jaylen Brown, then Siakam, then Brandon Ingram. Though those 3 are very close. Then probably Jamal Murray, number 4. Then Ben Simmons, then DeJounte Murray, then Sabonis.
Siakam.
So I'd rank Ben Simmons, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th in the draft class?
Jamal Murray, DeJounte Murray, Domantas Sabonis. And then finally Simmons at 7. Talent-wise, no question he has the highest ceiling, but work ethic, he's at the very bottom. Talented but no grind, that's too bad. If the Sixers would have drafted Ingram or Brown, they already would have made multiple conference finals. 2017, Markelle Fultz.
Do you know the Sacramento Kings have made the conference finals more recently than the 76ers? The fun fact, 2017 Markelle Fultz had a lot of injuries, mostly the nerve injury to his shoulder that caused his shooting form to be all off. Jason Tatum's definitely the number 1 in this class, followed by Donovan Mitchell, followed by Bam Adebayo. Markelle Fultz is probably, he's still an alright player. He's not like that bad. He got injured a lot. When he's played for the Magic, he's actually alright. So he probably in like the 10 to 20 range.
The Sixers, no matter how you look at it, injury prone, toward his ACL, missed nearly 2 full seasons,
yeah, that's
26 games the last 2 years, only healthy year 2020, averaged 12 points, 5 assists, not much expectations, 5 seasons already in the book. 59 games in 4 of those non-healthy seasons combined.
Oof.
Only a total 131 games played. Even Anthony Edwards,
That's insane,
after
actually.
year
That's
2,
insane.
already played more games than Markelle Fultz. Just turned 24, has talent and showed glimpses. Already lots of younger guards like Trae Young, Cade Cunningham, and Darius Garland way better now. His three-ball non-factor in the NBA, perhaps a serviceable player. Smooth college game, had a deadly mid-range. I picture Fultz as a
He was
player
great in college.
similar to a post
They compared him to James Harden.
injured Derrick Rose, will still display lapses of the athletic drives to the rim, average between 12 to 18 points a game the next couple years, a 6-man with
Tatum, Ball, Fox, Markkanen? Yeah, I guess so. Mitchell, Adebayo, Collins, Allen, yeah, Jared Allen, Anunoby, Josh Hart, yeah, Bryant, Thomas Bryant, what? I don't know any other Bryant, so I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. Dylan Brooks, yeah, Kuzma, Monk. Yeah, I'd say that. I think that's fair. So what would that rank him? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15th. So yeah, I got the prediction right. Around the 10 to 20 range.
instant offense. That's what I'm expecting. Nowhere near the Tatums and Mitchells and Adebayos. Those clearly the top 3. Jared Allen, the other all-star. Fultz also nowhere near De'Aaron Fox, not better than Lonzo or Markkanen, Malik Monk, Josh Hart, Kyle Kuzma, John Collins, OG Anunoby, Dylan Brooks, or Thomas Bryant. Those 14 guys I take over Markelle Fultz, making him a non-lottery pick. If there was a redraft, well below standards as a #1 pick, no matter how you look at it. 2018
DeAndre Ayton. Okay, so Luka's definitely going #1, followed by Trae Young. I feel like who else would be in that class? Colin Sexton, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Those guys are both above him. I feel like there's some dude I'm forgetting about. There's definitely someone I'm forgetting about. I feel like he'd be. I right now for those 4 guys, I'm thinking #5. But I'm probably forgetting somebody.
I nowhere near the best
definitely feel like I'm forgetting
player
somebody
in his class, because Luka Doncic absolutely destroyed his Suns in a non-competitive
Damn right.
Game 6 and 7 beatdown. Ayton, after being labeled disappointing, proved he could hold his own in the postseason. But questions
he's a
whether
good center. He's a good center
or not. Luka and Trae, the only all-stars yet, clearly 1 and 2 in the draft. I take a few others above DA. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jared Jackson Jr. slightly, given the deep.
Jaren Jackson. All right. Doncic, Young, Jaren Jackson Jr. I definitely would take above him, and then Ayton. Okay, yeah, I probably would have put him above Colin Sexton. I was kind of going insane by putting him above Colin Sexton. I don't know above Miles Bridges. He averaged like 20 a game, I guess. Jalen Brunson, sure. I feel like this is gonna age badly though. I feel like a lot of the guys below him are gonna get better than him. I don't see DeAndre Ayton become that much better on the Suns. Like I definitely see Anthony Simons in like a year or 2 being better than him. I see Jalen Brunson, Miles Bridges if he gets out of prison. Colin Sexton, Michael Porter. I can definitely see all those guys becoming better than Ayton. But right now, yeah, I say that's about accurate.
Defensive versatility, Ayton more of a traditional big. I take him slightly above Michael Porter Jr., Miles Bridges, Colin Sexton, teammate Mikal Bridges, Gary Trent Jr., Anthony Simon, and Jalen Brunson. A lot might change in the next 6 months, anywhere between 5 to 10, reasonable to me. Nonetheless, an extremely loaded draft class, definitely one we'll look back on. 2019, Zion Williamson below John Morant and Darius Garland. DG nearly leading
and Darius Garland? I don't know. I feel like because both Zion and Darius have had one All-Star season, and Zion's All-Star season was better statistically individually than Darius Garland's All-Star season. I just feel I'd put him at #2, just behind Ja.
Team to the playoffs in year 3 as the best player. Zion has all the talent and the highlights, but simply cannot stay healthy. 85 games played in 3 seasons, an absolute travesty. Needs to show more respect.
That is an absolute travesty, to be fair.
Who made the postseason without him.
You know, he actually has a weight clause in his new contract extension that says like he can't get over a certain weight and body fat percentage, or he'll get less money.
Based on upside,
they did that with Glenn Big Baby Davis too.
Zion won, but Ja's a proven leader on the
second best regular
season team as the best player. Garland
Damn, bro, Garland and Morant looking like twins, bro. Those hairstyles.
Looking like a strong lead.
Because Zaire Williams over there will probably look the same too. He just has to put it up, and there'll be 3 twins right there.
Two. Given the
Triplets,
injury
that'd be.
concerns, we need to see a reliable, healthy Williamson next season. I still have him above R.J. Barrett and Tyler Hero, while the likes of Jordan Poole, Keldon Johnson, Kevin Porter Jr., the last 3 picks of the first round, looking way better than the 6 to 8 pick. 2020 Anthony Edwards, absolute stud. Love him.
I put him number 1. I put him above LaMelo. Yeah.
Entertaining and funny, look like a superstar at times. I slightly take him number 1 above LaMelo Ball. Balled out in the postseason, average over 25 a game versus Memphis. Looked like the better player over Towns from Minnesota. Huge upside, although Ball was named an All-Star in year 2. Numbers of 20, nearly 7 and 8. Those two looking like the runaway best players in the class, while Tyrese Halliburton, Cole Anthony, Sadine Bey, Desmond Bane, Tyrese Maxey, and Emmanuel Quickly, all solid, especially mid to late first rounders. Players drafted 4 to 11, haven't
Wiseman's
much,
looking bad.
Spread out draft, harder to evaluate than most, but I have Edwards slightly number 1 over LaMelo. 2021, Cade Cunningham, top 3.
So far, I think Cade's actually going to become the best player in the draft class. Just looking at it, I just feel like he's going to become the best player. He seems like he has the most potential to me. I feel like he's going to become the best player in the draft class.
Rookie of the Year candidate. Not fair to assess rookies finishing their first full season. Cade ended strong, average over 17-5-5 on the rebuilding franchise.
Yeah, 17-6-6. Jalen Green 17-3-3. Evan Mobley 15-8-3. Scottie Barnes 15-8-4. Yeah, like he has the best stats. He was just on a bad team. I feel like those stats are gonna elevate the more his team gets better. I feel like he's gonna be like a 25-point per game guy, not too distant in the future. Though his field goal percentage is kind of bad though, 42% from the field, 31% from 3, 31% from 3. But most of that was because of the beginning of the season. He had a really bad beginning of the season when Scottie Barnes and Evan Mobley were doing great all season. And Jalen Green had a bad beginning of the season too, 43% from the field, 34% from 3. He's actually, I'm pretty sure I saw a stat that Jalen Green is statistically the worst defender in NBA history, which is actually insane. But he'll definitely get better in that department. Evan Mobley was playing like defensive player of the year though, 51% from the field, 25% from 3. 49%, 30% for 3 for Barnes, and 1 Rookie of the Year because he was also on a playoff team for seed. Yeah.
Needed to do everything for Detroit. While Mobley and Barnes had the luxury of being role players on way better teams, that's why they were more efficient. Given the full year sample size, if there was a redo in this draft, Detroit would have still absolutely taken K over Mobley in my opinion. If Mobley was in Detroit with Killian Hayes at the point, he'd absolutely be way less efficient. While Jalen Green ended strong too, K's passing and post game, being a tall point guard, looking like a potential all-star, a little like Doncic, but Luka way better offensively. Cunningham ceiling, looking like a Paul George / Brandon Roy territory, somewhere in the top 10 at his peak. As of now, if I had to take any of these number 1 picks to build around, give me Anthony Edwards for the next decade as my franchise guy, followed by Cade, then Zion, the 3 younger ones.
Yeah.
Zion might have the higher ceiling over Edwards and Cade, but the injury is a huge concern. Top 10 first overall pick since 2012.
I definitely agree with
Anthony Davis, no doubt, number 1. Even if he retired today, still very accomplished, a top 75 player. The ultimate compliment, can still be a superstar top 5 player if healthy. Number 2, I have Anthony Edwards. Given his motor and crazy athletic ability,
I feel like he'll be better than Cat. So I actually do agree with that because I feel like he'll be better than Cat.
Take his game to another level. 3, Cade Cunningham, flashes of greatness. Him and Ivy, a bright horizon in the making. 4, Zion Williamson, lots of talents but a big gamble with the injuries. Could still very well be up there with Davis, but a lot of red flags with his foot issues. 5, Karl Anthony Towns, still a better talent than Wiggins, but needs to be better in the playoffs. 6, I take Wiggins. 7, DeAndre Ayton, perhaps a multiple-time All-Star, but not the best player on a contender, likely the 3rd or 4th best player on a good team. The pathetic Ben Simmons at number 8, who could easily be 2 if he had the work ethic to show for. Will Simmons ever have a Wiggins bounce back season and make the sacrifices for his team instead of quitting? Markelle Fultz at 9 looks like he will be a role player. The injuries plus the lack of outside shot, not much upside on D, will be in the shadows of Jason Tatum. While Anthony, who's been out of the NBA for over half a decade, Bennett, gone from the league less than 4 years since getting picked. January 5th, his last game at age 23, now age 29. Thank you so much for watching this video.
Alright, so that's the end of that video. I think that was a really good video. I think I agree with most things that he said. Rank, in the comment section, rank who you think where these guys rank respectively to their draft classes, the #1 overall picks in the last 10 years. And also make sure to, if you want anything else that you want me to react to, then definitely do that in the comment section below. Also, if you like this video, make sure to act like you are Luka Doncic, and the like button is Cameron Johnson in Game 7. And also make sure to subscribe if you like reaction videos and other soon not to be reaction videos coming pretty soon. Original content coming soon, NBA related content. So yeah, see you later. Bye.